Welcome back to Victoria 2 playing the Divergences of Darkness mod as Burgundy. We are back in the war-filled Burgundy with almost 100% war exhaustion going around town. But we will soon strike a peace with France as soon as we can claim an additional piece of Spain, or rather colonial Spain. They do have Lana over here that I really want to place under our jurisdiction, only to make sure that the map looks decent enough, because they have no way of getting here anyway. We might as well take it. What's the point of Spain having that? And also we will take Ceylon in the upcoming peace conference, which will hopefully appear soon, because we are really going to start hurting from all of this war exhaustion soon. So it was Lana that we needed to take. That will add 5.5 infamy to our already substantial amount of infamy. But you gotta do what you gotta do. 25 is the cap, and we are at 23.56, so let's just hope there's no events or anything that demands adding up more war exhaustion. There we go, acquire Spanish Ceylon and acquire Lana. There we go, Burgundy and Asia looking prettier than ever. And now peace has arrived in Europe, at least for now. We'll see what happens soon. I'm preparing for more war. But these armies don't really have much time to celebrate. They don't have much time to rest, because they will need to go rescue Albanian, our Burgundian intervention of the Balkans that will occur over there. And we also need to make sure that we are doing our best when it comes to Africa over here. We have one little army over here from Nri, trying their best to stop our efforts at taking over Oyo. We'll also take over Nri, I presume, since it's free. Nri is free. It's, fun things. Aslan we will need to make sure also gets their capital back. At least they get the capital of Colombia, or Gran Colombia it's called in this game. Still, somehow. I would probably decrease it to Lesser Colombia at this point, since they have lost Colombia itself. So this doesn't really make sense, their name anymore. Maybe we should take Guadalajara. I like that. Guadalajara. I've never been to Mexico, but one of these days, if they stop with all the beheading and stuff, sure, I'd go to Mexico. The Safavid Empire, oh god. We negotiate on behalf of our entire alliance, and they are negotiating for their entire alliance. If we refuse this offer, we will suffer the following. Bad stuff. We should probably go for white peace. Okay, my very stupid plan before, or suggestion of going to war with the Sublime Porte, simply to gain a land access to Armenia itself and win that war, it's not going to happen. We will accept this peace offer, because, quite frankly, do we really care enough to get that extra militancy? We already have a lot of militancy and people are pretty furious in our country. Could it be from all the war? Maybe. Do people want minimum wage? Yes, they do. Should we give it to them? Why not? Why not? It will at least make sure the people are a bit happier, which is good. A happy people is, well, no, a happy body and a happy soul. Wait, how does it go? A happy body is a happy soul, or vice versa, something like that. Maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about. We should be painfully obvious. Say what? Let's take it. We also have Timbuktu over here that we need to take. Apparently they grow cattle on the semi-desert, which is fairly impressive. Reactionary, conservative, socialist, communist, liberal, anarcho-liberal, social liberal, and separatist. Separatist, that's an interesting category. Oh well, it's 1886. Half the game has gone by. 50 years since we started. So we probably should take a brief overview, at least, of the world and what is going on, apart from our little corner, which kind of involves most of it. So if we start here with America, we have Vinland that has stretched and taken over Odensmark and all the areas up here in the north where no one lives. Ronst is unchanged, as far as I can tell, while the Xinkyu has taken most of the northwest. No, wait. Yeah, the northwest. No, wait. Yeah, it is northwest. God damn it. With what would be otherwise Vancouver and all that part, and this too, California, Oregon, and Washington. So it's been going really well for them over here, while the Japanese are still having Kitakaigan. And Japanese people have moved in over here. Can you imagine Could you imagine Alaska with majority Japanese people? A strange world, to be fair. Dine Bikeya, we are partially responsible for them existing. We're actually mainly responsible for them existing. Same thing with Aslan over here, which we are helping. We have taken them under our wings, even if they are not part of our sphere anymore. But we've still gone to great extent to great lengths, more to the point, to protect them. And soon we will acquire their capital for them. Over here in the Caribbean, we have Spain still holding on to Cuba, while we have Endrachtland. We haven't visited this place since we started the game, more or less. We have neglected our Caribbean colonies, but that's fair. We have Hispaniola, or Sudur Hafiyar, part of Scandinavia, still, and they also have their, this place too. And a bunch of other things. And when it comes to South America, I can't really remember how it looks like in the beginning. I'm pretty sure Lofaringia is not this big, usually. And I'm pretty sure that Amazonia over here have lost territory to Lofaringia. It just makes sense considering how they look right now. Meanwhile, the Tawantinsuya, I'm also fairly sure was much smaller in the beginning, but they have expanded. They have all the way from Chile, across Bolivia, or most of Bolivia, into Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia. I think I got my South American countries right. Maybe forgot someone. And Bjornia is... I think they've lost some too. Not certain. I think they could have. Or maybe they haven't expanded at all. So that should be it for America. Mostly just conquest in between, and Lofaringia and Tawantinsuyu. Clearly the strongest of these. Castilla over here, which... Oh, didn't know it existed. But apparently Castilla is a thing. Separate from Spain. So that should be it for the Americas. Nothing really else that I can say about this. We could maybe look at migration patterns and see that Lofaringia takes the bulk of them, and then also Belgian Confederacy, which is a bad thing for Vinland, since that will make the Belgian Confederacy a stronger force to be reckoned with. As the sphere of influences go, no one is under anyone except for Dine Bikiyar being under us, and France being San Marcos Republic, which have a colony here, and then also Spain. Both of them are under French command. In Africa, it's a clusterfuck. We have Aragonese Numidia that have taken hold of these colonies here. It's basically just Tunisia, Algeria, and Libya, all of them under one flag this time. We have Egypt, which is mostly unchanged, and the Sultanate. This part over here, mostly unchanged. We have done a number on the West African states, and we'll do more to the nearby ones probably, and hopefully be able to gather up all of these into one single nation, and taking all the population and tax the hell out of them. That's just a great thing to do. In the south here we have Ryland, Transkap, Leuven, and Nieuwe Vlaanderen. All of them unchanged, apart from when we tried to take over Leuven before, and they broke free. I couldn't be bothered anymore. This is things that happen. Scandinavia will most likely close the gap here and take over most of Central Africa. And that will probably seal the deal for Mongo and Atsande over here, which could either fall to Aragon or they could fall to Scandinavia, depending on how the tide turns. But overall in Africa, we can sum it up as saying that the scramble for Africa is well underway, but not completed yet. Marina is still over here. We have our lengthy conflict with the Tsurao when it comes to Pitjantjatjara in the middle of Australia. And who knows who will win that? I'm not sure if either will. Over here we do actually see that the Aotario, these names are just horrific. The Maori People's Republic. They have managed to take over the southern island. They still have almost no people living there, and I'm pretty sure they are not getting any migration. Surau, in fact, are barely getting any migration. It's pitiful, if any. In Indonesia, nothing has really occurred since we were here last time within the game. The Borneo places, the Brunei, Kutai, Kalimantan and Lanfang are unchanged. Nothing has happened here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only thing that is a change is that we have taken some more territory, and also Scandinavia has taken Visayas over here. That's all that changed. Nothing else. Nothing else has changed. India, we are responsible for dealing with. Vijayanagar, Hyderabad, Bengal, all under our command, and we've taken over the rest. So it's under direct jurisdiction. We basically copied the Brits. And then after a while we just kind of stopped bothering because it's too much of a pain in the ass to continue. The Brits should have learned that too. I'm not sure if the real life Brits really could say that. No, you know guys, let's not continue taking over India as much as possible and compete with Russia over here in the great game. It's too much of a hassle, we can't be bothered. When it comes to Central Asia or South... how would you put this? It would be West Asia. Call it that. Middle East and then West Asia. In this part, Sublime Port is more interesting. They have lost some territory, mostly around these parts, and they've also flipped regime many times. The Safavid Empire has lost land to Russia in multiple exchanges. Armenia has broken free from them due to our help, and Iraq has emerged as protectorate of Japanese Empire, I suppose. Tehran has expanded on the Kermans, like detriment, taking over more land from them, and the Afshari dynasty is holding on to whatever power they can. The same with the Samarkand and Kokand and all of these little things. Most of them remain the same to the greatest extent possible. I'm a bit surprised, honestly, that Russia and nearby region hasn't taken over more land there, since it's just an open field. They can just run in and take it. What is anyone supposed to do against it? When it comes to China, I'm not sure if anything has really happened beyond the fall of the Tungning over here. Because the Qing Empire is holding most of the north, and the Taiping Empire is holding most of the south. You could have this as the Mandarin sphere and the Cantonese sphere. Though I'm pretty sure that it's not representative at all of what is happening, since the capital of the Taiping Empire, I would assume, would be Taiping. Though, it's actually Ganchu over here, and they are Hakka. So I guess there's the Hakka sphere over here, and the Mandarin sphere over here, with the Han, or Han sphere. Beyond that, nothing much has happened in China, unfortunately. I would have liked more conflict, maybe trying to unify the country in some respect. That would be fun. Fun to see, but nothing has happened there. Mongolia, I can't remember honestly if they have done anything at all to mention. The Japanese Empire began pretty good, and they are still a fairly strong threat. They have the third greatest army in the world, and a hell of a navy. But what do they have to show for it? Well, they do have a fairly sizable sphere of influence to show for it. Most of the areas outside of China, and that is not part of our sphere of influence, is part of their influence. They have a lot of Asia put under them, and I'm looking forward to some sort of conflict between them and Russia, as soon as Russia can push through more into the east. They've already started to colonize more here. They will probably reach the Ainu fairly soon. The Ainu who were kicked out from this island all the way over here. At least that's how I read it, even though there's so few people living here. There's only 35,000 people in all of Ainu over here. So I think that's unfortunately it for the overview. I'm not sure if there's anything really else to talk about, except for maybe Europe, which is... I forgot about them. Scandinavia has lost some territory to Russia, and they have been struggling to keep themselves afloat as a great power. They're still a second great power in the world, but it's mostly due to their navy. And their navy hasn't really helped against Russia, as you can tell from the map itself. The Commonwealth is also struggling to keep on to any sort of relevance. They seem to have lost some territory to the Russians over here. At least I remember the Hetmanat and Bielorussia to be a bit meatier, a bit fatter, and they have lost some to them. Hungary is strong as ever. They haven't really done anything at all that is worth mentioning, except for surviving, which is fairly impressive in its own right, to be fair. Bohemia has been locked down and locked out of relevance ever since our war with them. And beyond that, they have their sort of internal HRE struggle against the Danubian Confederation. There's no real game mechanic to illustrate this HRE infighting. I just like to think of this as the HRE. So it's all in my lore. It's all in my lore. beyond that, there's nothing to say. There's nothing more to say. That was the overview of the world in 1886 and what has occurred since we started the game. The most important thing that have happened is really that the Dual Monarchy fell. And it fell apart hard. And then that our main opponents of Bohemia and Scandinavia has all been, well, neutered. To some extent or the other. So I think we should just continue the game now. We will probably be forced to push through some more reforms in order for the people to not kill us. But we will wait for this militancy to increase. We will also send over some more men to help out over here in Albania. We will secure a port for our ships to land in. Hopefully that will happen fast. Macedonia itself has 22,000 or 22 times 3, that will be 66,000 men under their command. Though I'm pretty sure their technology is shit compared to ours. So I'm expecting it to be a victory. It's just that 30,000 men is not enough to wage such a fight. Against the Oyo now we should probably have white peace. Yes, we can. We have annexed the Oyo, it is now part of our land, and we should move on into the Nri. The Mossi Empire wants to have peace. We can take everything from them except for Volta. But the important thing is that when we take all of their things except for Volta, we will lock them out from anyone else being able to penetrate. Penetrate into... that was stupid. To penetrate into the Mossi and taking them over. So we are reserving Volta for ourselves in the future. So yeah, that is a very good strategy. We have tensions in Sind. We have to go for that because otherwise we will get more infamy, and that is not good. Not good at all. We will be managing to secure this before our fleet arrives with more reinforcements, which is wonderful. I'm not really a big fan of keeping any sort of relations with Aragon, still considering how they acted before and dragged us into a big long war. How's it going with war exhaustion now? We're at 100%, we're still gaining it due to being under siege in some aspects. Probably... oh yeah, it's over here. Should probably murder the Nri before we are completely overwhelmed. But being at 100 war exhaustion, not great. So how many wars do we have left? We have only 3 left. I was expecting it to be fewer. We have the Albanian War, the African War, and also the Nahuatl liberation of Colombia and Mexico. Should probably focus a little bit on this war over here. Because if we will need this to be a success if we are to avoid having been dragged into this all over again all the time. So what we need to do is destroy the Colombian army. And it is camped outside here in Toluca. And we will advance with full force on it. And hopefully demolish it. That is our plan, and it's going really well. I'm rather impressed with our fighting capabilities of these expeditionary forces. They have been doing extremely well. And they now collapsed. We should probably head on to the next one and take them out in Los Albiniles. There we go. Nri wants a peace. The man North Cameroon. Who is doing that? Who is demanding North Cameroon again? Bengal? Oh, I kind of want to see that happen. I'm tempted to let that slide. I'm actually willing to let that slide. That sounds hilarious. That sounds wonderful. I'm going for that. Yeah, I want to see this. Okay, the man North Cameroon from Bengal. Let's do this. Nri. Yes, Bengal has colonies. They have taken North Cameroon. Applause, applause everyone for Bengal. Good job, Bengal. You have done extremely well. I've never seen this happen before, honestly. Seeing one of these countries over here taking colonies in Africa. That's a first, at least for me. Good job, Bengal. You were part of this thing. You did well. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm happy now. I'm just really happy. And we can now go for peace with these small... well, the Mossi Empire. There we go. And they're all surrounded by us. Wonderful. So that was one war done. One war down. The campaign for old age security. I've never been a fan of these, but I'm sure we have no choice. No choice, I mean. Gotta get my pronunciation right. Industry, maybe some electricity. And the whistle stop tour, which is fine. I like that. So yeah, Bengali Nri. Wonderful. Wonderful. I will defend that with my life. As well, as far as I can. Anyway, and follow the Colombian army and make sure that it doesn't exist anymore. All in our effort to help our friends. And that will be 2 down, and then we have this war to finish too. Our people are wary. I'm well aware. I'm well aware. We'll need to fight the Macedonians and the Colombians in order to have peace. It's not something you say every day. We need to fight Macedonians and the Colombians in order to have peace. Especially in 1886, none of those were really relevant on the world stage. Not at all. But here we are. We are Burgundy in 1886 fighting against the Colombians and the Macedonians. What a great world this is. What a great, great, great world. Though these are not the Macedonians you're looking for. These are the Greek Macedonians and not the Slavic Macedonians of nowadays. Should send one to Arta and take that out. And then we will liberate. We will liberate our friends. And take out these revolutionaries before they make life a pain. So is this recession thing still going on? The Great Depression is still going on. It will last until 1893. That is a long time. That's 7 more years of Great Depression. Luckily we have enough money to push through any kind of recession. Or depression for that matter. Why does... Oh, there's Korean Colombian army there. I was wondering why it looked like our friends were enemies. So how long until... Oh, come on, what is this? The Commonwealth... Oh god, why are we allied to the Commonwealth? Are we never gonna have peace? What is this? Oh, come on. Alright, the Commonwealth wants our assistance against Scandinavia. And that would put us into conflict with all of this. Great. Just wonderful. Just fucking brilliant. Oh no. Oh my, oh my. Luckily the Scandinavians have... Oh god, all of these ships. What? We don't have that many ships, do we? Well, we did build a bunch. Maybe we should send all of these ships back to see what happens. We also have these over here. They really do need to repair. I guess we're at war now. We have war exhaustion through the roof. We're just starting to recover a little bit, and we're in the middle of a Great Depression. Why are the people so aggressive? Why is everyone so aggressive? I don't understand. At least these things are going well, and we're almost capable of wrapping this up. Which would put us in a good position. Wait, acquire things from Vinland? No! No, not gonna do that. I mean, we could dismantle these constructions, but if we can acquire Colombia and Mexico, I'm down. I'm down for that. Let's go for peace. There we go. They have finally managed to take Mexico City. Will they make that their capital? And we got gas attack. They're wonderful against the Scandinavians. They're afraid of gas. Where is the capital now? Where was it moved to? I'm trying to figure this out. Nova Lisboa. That's interesting. Where is the capital? I mean, it could be all the way over here too. I'm not seeing it. Well, if anyone has seen it like from me scanning around here, then do please point it out, but I don't see it and I can't be bothered to find it anymore. So that's that in North America. We finally have peace in North America, now we have war in Northern Europe instead. They're like taking turns to fight us. So, England, do you want a piece of Scotland? Would you be willing? They will accept. Alright, they are willing. Go, 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 England. Go, go. You can do it. I'm sicking my dogs on you. There. This is good. This is really good. That is less good. You know, that guy is having some form of desire for suicide. Sending in 3,000 men against nothing. Maybe we can now have a peace with you, Macedonia. Would you be willing to have a peace? Oh yeah, we need to take that. Alright, I got you. We will take that. At this point, it doesn't matter. We are already maxed out in all kinds of bullshit. So why not continue? Okay, so how can we reach Scandinavia? We need ships, don't we? Yep, we need ships. Okay, gather up all the ships that we can muster. Even this anti-Japanese fleet, send it back home. All the ships, recall to Holland. Every ship that we can muster, including you. Go to Holland instead of Amsterdam. We will gather up everyone for this. Very rare. Oh, presenting the heir. Members of the Burgundian aristocracy gathered at the royal palace in Anvers for a gala in honor of the young heir. The event was a huge spectacle, with crowds gathered outside to witness the young man as he was presented to them on the palace balcony. For some reason that makes people more reactionary and conservative. But I'll take it. And we lost an admiral. He was probably not very happy. Scandinavia has succumbed to Jacobin rebels and now become a parliamentary monarchy. Well, isn't that good for us? That the enemy succumbed to a revolution in the middle of the war. That points to weakness. Weakness in the enemy lines. Which is a good thing. I'm still so happy about Bengal being over here. Hello Bengal, we're neighbors almost. At least we will in the future be. Unless you take more of kind of... Well, it could still be our neighbors after that. Honestly, I could give all of these lands to Bengal. And they can be happy together. That could happen. Al-Hassa grants... Did we get Al-Hassa? Wait, where is Al-Hassa? It's over here, isn't it? Oh yeah, there was the extra tourist. I thought it was military access as well. A lapse of judgment. So this Scandinavian army is actually fairly big. They should probably turn around and deal with it. Who has the best military tech of these guys? 14 against what? 13 only? Scandinavia, what are you doing? We have 21 over here. How are you so bad? How are you falling behind this horribly? It's gotta be a joke. Oh, now we can see what kind of ships they're mustering. This is a transport fleet completely, so they're not mustering a lot. And we also got some help from our little friends. Didn't we? Yes, we did. Aragon is in the war. Aragon is in the war. They are also allied to the Commonwealth. Good news for us. And now we can defend against it. Signs of relief. Burgundy has suffered through the Great Depression, but this year there are signs the country may be recovering at last. While the Burgundian stock markets are still in flux, with investors terrified and banks barely able to remain solvent, conditions overall appear to be improving. Right, we will not have a Great Depression anymore, we will only have a stock market crash, which is much better. Wonderful. We're in an upward trajectory at least. Things are looking good. I'm happy. That I'm not happy about though. That's terrifying. That's 256, 270 ships in one single fleet. We will put our navy to the test against them. I'm not scared. I will not be scared of their fleet. It could be that they only have men of war and stuff like that. That is absolutely a possibility. Over here they still fight against the transport ships. Right, that's fair enough. Maybe we shouldn't involve this fleet in the coming battle since it's only transport ships and some escorts. Is this also transports? It is. Well, they lost that. And now we're in another battle against them, and they probably will lose more. Scandinavia is already willing to give up. But we won't allow that. We will try... I want to save Holstein and all these German lands. I want them to be free and under our sphere. That would be good, but I'm not sure how far we can succeed in these things. We could push through with, for example, England acquire lowlands. We could do Scandinavian West Preussen, whatever else the Commonwealth might end up going for. Those are things that we could do, but those are things that we will be doing in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this one and to see you in the next one. As always, have a good one.